Jessie pressed her face against the kitchen window, her hazel eyes scanning the vast cornfield that stretched beyond the old farmhouse. The 10-year-old girl's black hair hung in loose waves around her shoulders as she watched the golden stalks sway mysteriously in the morning breeze. Something glinted deep within the maze of corn, catching sunlight like a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. "Jason, come look at this," she called to her cousin, who was sprawled across the worn wooden floor reading a comic book. The 12-year-old boy with medium-toned skin and messy brown hair glanced up, his brown eyes reflecting mild annoyance at being interrupted. His faded blue t-shirt was wrinkled from lying on the floor, and grass stains marked his khaki shorts from yesterday's outdoor adventures. "What now, Jessie?" Jason asked, pushing himself up from the creaky floorboards. His bare feet padded across the kitchen's checkered linoleum as he approached the window where his younger cousin stood transfixed. The farmhouse kitchen smelled of bacon grease and fresh coffee, remnants of their grandmother's early morning cooking session. Jessie pointed toward the cornfield with a trembling finger. "There's something shining out there, deep in the corn." "It's not natural, Jason. I've been watching it for 10 minutes. And it keeps moving." Her voice carried an urgency that made Jason's skeptical expression shift to one of genuine curiosity. Jason squinted through the glass, shielding his eyes from the bright morning sun with his hand. After several moments, he saw it too, a strange, silvery gleam that seemed to pulse rhythmically among the towering corn stalks. "That's weird," he admitted, his voice dropping to a whisper. "Grandma's never mentioned anything like that before. We have to investigate," Jessie declared, her hazel eyes sparkling with determination. She grabbed Jason's arm, her small fingers gripping his wrist tightly. This could be the discovery of a lifetime. What if it's something amazing that no one has ever found before? Jason hesitated, remembering their grandmother's strict warning about venturing into the cornfield alone. "Grandma specifically told us to stay near the house and creek," he reminded Jessie, though his own curiosity was beginning to override his caution. The mysterious gleaming object seemed to beckon them forward with each passing moment. "Sometimes rules need to be broken for the sake of exploration," Jessie argued, already heading toward the back door. Her canvas sneakers squeaked against the linoleum as she moved with purpose. Great discoveries happen when people have the courage to investigate the unknown, even when others tell them not to. Against his better judgment, Jason found himself following his determined cousin out the farmhouse's screen door. The wooden porch creaked under their combined weight as they descended the weathered steps. The morning air was crisp and filled with the earthy scent of soil and growing crops. They approached the edge of the cornfield cautiously, the towering green stalks looming above them like natural skyscrapers. Each plant stood nearly 8 feet tall, creating a dense maze that would be easy to get lost within. The mysterious gleaming continued to flash intermittently from somewhere deep in the agricultural labyrinth. "Stay close to me," Jason instructed, taking the lead as they pushed through the first row of corn. The broad leaves rustled loudly around them, creating an almost deafening symphony of natural sounds. Jessie followed directly behind him, her heart pounding with excitement and nervousness. As they ventured deeper into the cornfield, the gleaming object seemed to move further away, always staying just beyond their reach. The sun climbed higher in the sky, casting long shadows between the rows of corn that created an eerie, cathedral-like atmosphere around the two young explorers. Suddenly, Jason stopped so abruptly that Jessie bumped into his back. "Listen," he whispered urgently, holding up his hand for silence. Through the rustling of corn leaves, they could hear a low, mechanical humming sound that definitely didn't belong in a natural farm environment. The humming grew louder as they crept forward, and the mysterious gleaming became more intense and frequent. Jesse's breathing quickened as they pushed through another row of corn stalks, and suddenly they emerged into a small clearing where the source of both phenomena became startlingly clear. In the center of the clearing sat a small, dome-shaped object about the size of a basketball, its metallic surface reflecting sunlight in brilliant flashes. Strange symbols were etched across its surface, and it emitted a soft, pulsing blue light from what appeared to be a circular window or portal. "What is that thing?" Jessie whispered, her voice barely audible above the mechanical humming. Jason shook his head slowly, his brown eyes wide with amazement and fear. Neither of them had ever seen anything remotely similar to the mysterious device that had somehow found its way into their grandmother's cornfield. As they approached the object cautiously, it suddenly stopped humming and the blue light began flashing more rapidly. Without warning, a holographic projection appeared above the device, displaying what looked like a detailed map of the surrounding farm property, complete with the creek, pond, and farmhouse. "It's been watching us," Jason realized with growing alarm. "This thing has been studying our entire farm, mapping everything." The implications of this discovery sent chills down both children's spines as they began to understand the serious nature of their find. The holographic map suddenly zoomed in on their exact location, showing two small figures standing in the cornfield clearing. Jessie grabbed Jason's hand instinctively as they watched themselves being observed by whatever intelligence controlled the mysterious device. The reality of their situation became frighteningly clear. "We need to tell Grandma immediately," Jason declared, his voice steady despite the fear evident in his eyes. "This is bigger than just our curiosity now. Someone needs to know about this discovery." Jessie nodded solemnly, her earlier excitement transformed into mature understanding of their responsibility. As they carefully backed away from the device and began navigating their way out of the cornfield, both children realized that their adventure had changed them profoundly. They had broken the rules, made an incredible discovery, and learned that sometimes the most important explorations require courage, wisdom, and the willingness to seek help in facing something beyond their understanding. The mysterious object continued its silent vigil in the clearing, waiting for whatever would come next.